I'm a member of the Breakfast Seminar Committee for BMA Chicago. I'd like to welcome you all. We have a great program planned. Before we start, I would like to thank our sponsors. It's because of them that we can be in this beautiful facility and host you for our very reasonable rates, I think. I'd like to thank Bob Pierce from Bloomberg Business Week and their continued sponsorship of our breakfast seminars. Our venue host is Sandy Bradeen from the IIT Stewart Graduate School of Business. That happens to be the building you're in. And to Source 4 for doing our printing for us. As I said, we have a great program planned and we have a terrific moderator who's not new to BMA. James Epstein-Reeves was a panelist at our Young Professionals event back in December on giving back and corporate responsibility. We decided to do this panel on cause marketing and social media, and when we decided to do that, we thought of James and his background and thought he would be the perfect moderator. He's president of Do Well, Do Good, right? Okay, Marla, you have a typo. And he's co-vice president professional development at Net Impact, Chicago's professional chapter. I have to thank Marla. I flew in last night at 9:30 from Washington, D.C., and she was sweet enough to have this all ready for me this morning, so I shouldn't ding her. It was awesome. Otherwise, I would have been up all night. He's an expert. James is an expert on social responsibility, philanthropy, and cause marketing. As president of his company, he guides leaders in for-profit and nonprofit organizations to focus on their initiatives in social responsibility, management, fundraising, communication, and social media. He writes for Forbes.com's corporate social responsibility blog, and he's a video commentator for CSR Unscripted through 3BL Media. Prior to Do Well, Do Good, he was Director of Community Affairs for the multi-billion-dollar office supply company, OfficeMax. So we know he just gets it. Please welcome James, and he's going to introduce our panel live, and for the first time at BMA, we're doing Skype, so it'll be great.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right. So we're here today to talk about the convergence of two recent phenomena, cause marketing and social media. I think it's important first to start out with just providing some overall definitions to make sure that we're on the same page. At Do Well, Do Good, we define cause marketing as an effort to raise money and or awareness for a company and the cause, while increasing engagement with the company's brand or product. Social media, I have a quote from two academics, Andreas Kaplan and Michael Hanley, who define social media as, quote, a group of internet-based applications that build on the ideological and technological foundations of Web 2.0 and allow the creation and exchange of user-generated content. If that's not a mouthful, I have no idea what is. So to kind of put it in layman's term, I define social media as people talking to other people using really cool technology. So I think what I'd like to do is start out by just introducing our panelists. Terri Andrews is National Director of Media Relations from McGladrey, the nation's 5th largest provider of assurance, tax, and consulting services. In her role, Terri is responsible for traditional and social media relations, including those related to the McGladrey Classic, a PGA Tour Fall Series event sponsored by McGladrey. She manages the firm's national Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube accounts, and if that wasn't enough, she also is in charge of the firm's golf blog. Prior to joining McGladrey, Terri was an internal and external communications professional for a global Fortune 500 energy company, where she was responsible for employee communications, crisis communications, retiree affairs, and community relations. Don Roth is the CEO of AmpliVox Sound Systems, located in Northbrook. AmpliVox manufactures and markets a wide array of products used in public speaking, entertainment, education, and emergency group management situations. And I also understand as of last week, they were on Modern Family for a good solid 10 minutes using their products. So Modern Family, #1 TV show. It's great to be around celebrities here. The AmpliVox product line includes portable PA systems, wired and non-wired lecterns, microphones, or megaphones, and multimedia presentation workstations. In addition to developing top quality products, Don has created a national presence for himself and his company through his charitable efforts, most notably in support of breast cancer organizations, His Pink Podium Promise program has donated AmpliVox lecterns to over 200 breast cancer walks, fundraisers, and educational events across the country, and the program has now been expanded to include pink megaphones. In recognition of his business and charitable leadership, Don was honored for Lifetime Achievement in the 2011 Entrepreneurial Excellence Awards from the Daily Herald Business Ledger. Terri Andrews joins us from Cincinnati via Skype through the wonders of technology. She's also joined by her colleagues Paige and Jim. Terri is the founder and president of Got Autism, an online store which features over 1,000 educational, therapeutic, sensory, and behavioral solutions for the autism spectrum, Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, and other learning and behavioral differences. Got Autism is unique in that they offer autism-specific products for all ages and abilities. Instead of focusing on individual deficits, Got Autism looks to individual strengths, abilities, and interests as the pathway to learning, motivating, and changing behaviors. Got Autism also supports the autism community by giving back 5% of every purchase to autism awareness, advocacy, family services, and therapy organizations. In addition to running Got Autism, Terri serves on Hydrotech Inc.'s executive board and management team. Hydrotech is a leading hydraulic and motion control distributor and manufacturer in the Midwest. In early 2008, Hydrotech named Terri General Manager of Corporate Ventures, and Got Autism was officially launched in November 2008. Please join me in welcoming this morning's panel. So what I'd like to do is start out by having each panelist come up and just do a quick highlight of their company and their initiatives. And from there, we'll just do a quick round of questions and then open it up to the audience for a Q&A. So I think, Terri, if you wouldn't mind coming up first.
I'm Terri Andrews, and I am with McGladrey, which again is the country's 5th largest assurance consulting and assurance tax and business consulting firm. I am the public relations director, and I focus primarily on external communications. One of the really exciting aspects of my job is I do work on our golf platform. We do sponsor the McGladrey Classic, which is an annual fall tour series event. It started 2 years ago. This will be our 3rd year, and we have renewed the contract through 2015. The reason that we are into golf, because being an accounting firm, people say, well, why are you into golf? Very strong business reasons for our involvement. One of the biggest is to drive brand recognition. We know that the audience that we are after, our clients, CEOs, suite executives, CFOs, CEOs, CIOs, many of them enjoy playing and watching the game of golf. So that is an area that we know they find of interest. It gives us an area to connect with our clients and potential clients and to raise our recognition among those audiences. Also, of course, as we use that to build our brand awareness, the more people that know about McGladrey, the more people that choose McGladrey. We have our marketing statistic person here in the audience, and we have a lot of data that shows once people know who McGladrey is, they tend to choose us. So we want to make sure that those people know who we are. And finally, we want to create goodwill through our charitable component of the golf platform. And we do have a pretty significant amount of financial contributions that we make through this platform, as well as through an annual volunteer day that we coincidentally started a couple of years ago. And through that program, we have employees getting involved and spending sweat equity for various organizations, nonprofit organizations across the country under the McGladrey banner. So our whole premise is experiencing the power of being understood. That is something that we use in talking about our golf platform. The analogy that we use with the golf platform is the deep level of understanding that a caddy has to have with his or her golfer. They need to know each other, understand how they work, understand how they play, and that really, by having that deep level of understanding, the caddy is able to help the golfer succeed. The same thing is true in the business world. Our employees who work with clients have a very, very deep level of understanding of those clients, of the markets they're in, the challenges they're facing, and what we can do in turn to help them be successful. So that's kind of at the center of everything we do. And it also applies to our contributions with nonprofit organizations. We understand the needs in our local communities, and we want to give back to those organizations. So we had a Caddy for Love contest. Through this contest, we opened it up nationwide. Anyone who was not an employee of McGladrey was eligible to apply or to try to enter this contest for an opportunity to caddy for Davis Love III at the Pro-Am at the McGladrey Classic this past October. And really the main, one of the main drivers behind that was to drive brand awareness and raise the level of recognition of McGladrey. We had 22,183 people enter the contest, which was far, far beyond our expectations. We were thinking maybe 5,000, 6,000, and that resulted in 118 million earned media impressions. So it got a lot of traction both through traditional media and through social media. The winner was Claudio Kowecki. He was from Hoboken, New Jersey, and he ended up proposing to his fiancée at the island during the event. So that got us a whole lot of additional traction, gave a whole new meaning to the word love. So that was great. We also simultaneously ran an employee contest where we gave employees an opportunity to enter a similar contest to caddy for Zach Johnson. Both Davis and Zach are wear our brand and are affiliated with our organizations. We have 4 professional golfers that we sponsor. So we had an employee, Matt Stoner, who won that contest. And the purpose for the dual contest, we wanted our employees engaged as well. And we wanted them to get excited about the tournament. We actually had our winner come to the tournament and do some communications to the rest of the employee audience from the tournament. So kind of bringing that to life and helping employees across the organization understand why we are in the golf space in the first place. So it's a dual purpose. We did have measures around it. Of course, we work for an accounting firm, so it's all about ROI. So we had quantitative as well as qualitative measures. We did look at revenue from clients and prospects that we were invited to the event that were hosted by our employees. We made sure that we stayed on budget, on or under budget. We did analyze television ratings. We also took into consideration the charitable dollars that we were raised through the event. Through activation engagement, and then through media and PR coverage. And then as far as the qualitative analysis were concerned, we looked at the field strength, the strength of the players who actually chose to participate in the tournament. On-course branding, we had the McGladrey brand on banners and billboards, on buses all across the island. Stakeholder feedback, we actually talked to some of our employees who were serving as hosts, talked to many of our guests who were there to get their feedback during the event, and then they were surveyed following the event. And we also tracked and monitored employee engagement, how many employees were looking at our blog, our golf blog, how many were reading the postings from our employee reporter, and those types of things. So both qualitative and quantitative measures around the whole event. And most importantly, probably, I think to all of us, was the charitable component. As I mentioned, last year was the second year of the event. The first year, we raised $150,000 for Special Olympics and the local charities. And last year, we doubled that amount. We raised $300,000. Again, far beyond our expectations. And this year, we hope to raise even more.
So quick recap.
All right, next we have Don. Thank you so much for